Welcome back to Fantasy Fights. This time we got Ken Norton going up against Evander Holyfield, one of the best fighters of the 1970s, going up against one of the best fighters of the 1990s. Should be a great one.
And again, it's all over. He cannot be saved by the bell. It's all over.
Before we get going, please hit the like button and subscribe. And now let's dive right into this great matchup. Ken Norton was the WBC champion in 1978, 42-7-1, 6'3", 215, very similar to Evander Holyfield, 44-10, 6'2.5", 210, 212. Norton has a 2.5-inch reach advantage, and you can see Norton, 1972 to 78 was his prime. And then Holyfield had a long prime as well. I'm looking at 96 and 97 is the end of his actual prime. Might have been even earlier than that. But it should be a good fight. Hope you enjoy it.
Introducing Evander Holyfield.
Lead in this round.
And a right by Holyfield, followed by a right by Dokes, and then Dokes' head is snapped back off the combination. Holyfield throwing everything in his arsenal.
Or to get to him. It's got to be Holyfield's call to come in. Oh, what a shot! Dokes in trouble. Dokes in big trouble.
Michael Dokes staggered.
But fighting back.
He's
terrible shape.
And there he goes into the ropes. Holyfield looks to finish him off. Richard Steele steps in.
Immortal so much that it's getting to the point where either he gets a knockout or he's going to win this fight.
A right hook followed by a left by Holyfield.
Got him ahead by 3.
Straight right hand. Oh, a straight right combination by Holyfield. Oh, Tyson's in trouble. Looking to put Tyson down and fight. Tyson is not in trouble.
He's fought a perfect fight.
No matter what happens from here on in, we're under Holyfield. Holyfield continues to dig in. A left hook to the head. He's got Tyson in trouble. Tyson's ready. A straight right hand. The Talbot stops the fight.
Holyfield to the midsection. He's down one of the best in the business.
Big right hand by Evander. I think Riddick is hurt.
Holyfield, that is all Holyfield.
You got that right.
He punctuates all the...
When he thinks Douglas is coming. It was the first decent right hand from Douglas, but not too much damage.
Douglas perhaps beginning to get loose now. They wanted him to throw more combinations between rounds 2 and 3 from his corner. Meanwhile, Lou Duva was urging Holyfield on to go to the belly.
And there is the left hook underneath. Holyfield's a wonderful body puncher, and that's part of the reason he became cruiserweight champion and has moved ahead so well in the heavyweight ranks.
His opponent this evening from San Diego and Los Angeles, California. He weighs 222 3/4 pounds, wearing the blue trunks. The man who is recognized as the uncrowned heavyweight champion of the world, Ken Norton. Ken Norton.
Mandatory 8 count. We're approaching. And half on Ali. Make of that, Joe. You sparred with the guy.
I would say a lot of guys move different kind of ways.
That's what it's all about, Howard.
He's meeting a man that defeated the champion of the world, Muhammad Ali, and was heartbroken here in New York a year ago. Larry, he thought he had beaten Ali and won that 15-round decision.
So did a lot of others, myself included.
15th round of the world heavyweight title is on the line right now. Very important for both men to win round 15. This is when you find out who has the heart and who is the champion right now. Norton continues to be the aggressor. Larry should not allow this. Norton continues to come on.
by Holmes scored.
Kenny just missing that one. Norton scores a looping right in that time. Larry cannot let it continue like this or he's going to lose the fight. It's that close in my opinion. Larry has that alert look back like a minute left to go in round number 5.
He's resting. He'll rest. He'll go into a shell. He'll come out punching again. Kenny Norton has thrown very few punches to the body. Everything has been to the head.
Larry looks like he's going to go down at any moment.
I don't know what keeps him up. I don't know how he can stay on his...
As always, we're going to take a look at the strengths and weaknesses of both fighters. Ken Norton first. You can see the people on the left-hand side there that he defeated and what they were ranked in my generational rankings. He had a strong jab, surprising. A lot of people don't associate a strong jab with Ken Norton, but he did have a good reach, and he had a strong jab. Although he was not a very good boxer, he was going to do what he did. He had a strong body puncher, good chin, fast hands, incredible endurance, strong defensive fighter. Had that cross guard that protected him a lot of times, and he would come out of that shell throwing punches. And he had a strong overhand right, as you saw in that Dwayne Bobbitt fight. Biggest weakness is ability to adapt. You saw that in the Foreman fight, which a lot of people hold against him, that he didn't have a great chin. Hey, I can tell you right now, most fighters did not have a good chin against George Foreman, okay? When Foreman came into the ring, he was bombing people out, okay? He just took you out. And Norton, unfortunately, was not able to adapt quickly enough and get out of the way. And he and Frazier both had to suffer through that. So that also leads to his other weakness, and that was boxing ability. Okay, let's look at Evander Holyfield. You can see the fighters on the left that he defeated. Riddick Bowe, Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis. He fought a draw, Buster Douglas. Holyfield, to me, was one of the best pound-for-pound heavyweights in history. I would put him up against anybody, anytime. He was a beast, but he did have some weaknesses. Combinations, lightning hands, great chin, endurance, solid jab. Not a great jab, a solid jab. And he was a great boxing. He had great boxing skills. Weakness, he can be hit. He was way too aggressive, and that left him open. In the Bowe fight, several fights that he fought, he went toe-to-toe with Mike Tyson. I mean, who does that? So he didn't use his boxing abilities when he should have, but that doesn't detract from the fact that he was a great fighter. Let's take a look at the comparison chart, as we always do, and it has some telling results. Hand speed, I think Holyfield had the faster hands. Boxing ability, Holyfield was a better boxer. Wasn't a great boxer, but he was much better than Norton. KO power, very similar, but I'm going to give the edge to Norton. Chin, I think both of them had outstanding chins. A lot of people are going to argue with me that Norton didn't because of the Foreman fight. Hey, nobody's standing up to Foreman. Size, very similar. Defense, Norton was a much better defensive fighter than people believe, and both had tremendous endurance. Adaptability, Holyfield is going to win the area there. Foot speed, Holyfield had better foot speed. Not great, but he was pretty quick. Strength, that's a tough one. I really don't see any advantage. They were built very similarly. Jab, this is going to be a shocker, but I'm going to go with Norton. He had a really solid jab for the style of fighting that he did. Cuts, no advantage. Reach, I believe they're just about even though Norton had about a 2.5-inch reach. Body attack, no doubt, Norton. As you look at it, you total up the numbers, slight advantage, Holyfield 4-3. We're going to take a look at the keys to the fight. Holyfield will try to handle Norton from a distance, but if you follow the real deal throughout his career, you know that's not in his wheelhouse. He's not going to back off and box. That is exactly what Norton wants, to exchange blows. That will work to Norton's advantage, winning the early rounds. The fight is incredible with both fighters exchanging blows. Holyfield has the faster hands and incredible combinations. Holyfield has the advantage in the middle rounds with his superior speed. Can Norton keep up the pressure? Can Holyfield back Norton up with his combinations? Now we're going to look at the fight results. The fight looks very similar to the Norton-Holmes fight and the Holyfield-Bowe wars. The fight is razor close, much like those fights, with Holyfield winning the final round. The fight goes to the judges, and Holyfield wins a razor-close victory, 6-5-1, has his hand raised. Explaining the results. In assessing the fight, you have to throw out Norton's losses to Shavers and Cooney. He was well past his prime. Also, Holyfield's career after 1996 can't be taken seriously because he was well past his prime. Although Norton had some great wins over Jimmy Young, Jerry Corey, and Muhammad Ali, and his fight with Holmes was a classic, Holyfield has a more impressive body of work throughout his career, defeating Bowe, Mike Tyson, a draw with Lennox Lewis, and many more. Also, Holyfield's ability to adapt would give him a slight advantage in a close fight like this. Both fighters were warriors with incredible heart. Remember, Norton defeated Ali in the first fight, was close in the second, and was robbed in the third. Still, as good as Norton was, Ali was not at his peak when he fought Norton. His best years were behind him. Nonetheless, Norton was one of two boxers to have defeated Ali prior to 1978. The other was Joe Frazier. Holyfield's major weakness was he liked to exchange blows. He could have outboxed many opponents because of his combinations and hand speed, but he loved to mix it up. Well, there you have it. Let me know what you think. Who do you have winning the fight? It would be a war, no doubt. Please hit the like button and subscribe. And once again, I love to hear your comments. See you next time.